Hey there, Hoshpup here, and welcome to another Ninjago Summer 2016 review. Today we'll be looking at the Salvage M.E.C, set number 70592, which has 439 pieces and comes with 4 minifigures. First up we have Frakjaw. This Skullkin minifigure has a shoulder plate, headpiece, and also a helmet with some goggles attached to it. This particular minifigure has the original Skullkin design, except for the head, I think, is slightly different than the one that we had before. It actually has back printing to it. And here's a look at that. I think some of the other Skullkin minifigures had back printing on them before as well for the headpiece, but I don't know, I think this face is slightly different. I don't remember it being exactly like this, but I'll have to go and check, of course. But I think this is a new face for Frakjaw. Might be wrong though. And here we have Krazi, the next Skullkin minifigure. They both have exactly the same chest piece, which has the red robes on the torso. Some of the other Skullkins in the original sets had different coloured ones. I think that was blue. And I do believe Krazi actually had a different coloured jester hat, but here he has red and black. And here's a look at his face without any helmet or gear to block the way. He doesn't have any back printing on his head, just has some on the front. Next up we have Nia in her air jitsu outfit. She doesn't actually have a ninja hood in this one, she just has her hair, and she only has a one-sided face. She has a happy expression. The air jitsu robes have back printing as well, and we'll show you that. And here's the back printing. And lastly we have Ronin. He has both front and back printing for his torso. He's got printing on his legs, and he has back printing on his head as well. And I'll show you that in a second. We also will need to take off his gear, because he's got quite a lot of things. He's got a backpack with 2 swords, and he also has a bandana. They didn't give him his hat this time, but they did give him his hair, so that's good. Because in previous iterations you only got the hat, and now you have the hair. Here's Ronin without any of his gear on. I believe his outfit is actually new as well, compared to the one that we got in the Possession series. There's quite a lot of detail going on this particular minifigure. Now onto the Skullkin Mech. This particular mech has got ball joints for its legs and limbs, so you can move these around and articulate them. And it can be a bit fiddly to stand up because the feet aren't very large, so you've got to be careful in how you pose it. It falls over quite a lot. The front can be pulled down, so you can fit your minifigure in there. Frakjaw is the one who is piloting this mech, which I guess is why he has the helmet as opposed to having just his bald head, since most skeletons don't usually wear anything on their heads. And here he is inside. From the back it's pretty plain, not really anything special going on there. Both the arms can also be articulated around, so this mech has a lot of posability. The arms have 2 swords that breaks off easily, so you got to be careful if you want to twist the hand joint of the blade. But you can twist that, it's on one of those pieces to take it out. One of these. So overall this mech's pretty cool. It also has the emblem for the Skullkin on the front. It's actually a sticker, it's not printed. There are a lot of stickers on this set, but most of them go on the mech. The other mech, not this one. And now for the Salvage M.E.C itself. This model is pretty huge. There's a lot going on with it and a lot of features to show. So yeah, let's get to it. First off, we need to get our Ronin minifigure. Here he is. And his blunderbuss. It has a space for this on the mech, so you can actually just attach this to the leg for safekeeping. His swords you also need to remove to put Ronin in the mech. There is space for that on the back, which is nice. You know, quite a lot of sets give minifigures accessories, and when they need to make them enter vehicles they don't always have space for them to put them anywhere, and it's just nice when they include that. So there we go. And to put them in, all you need to do is lift down this main front cockpit piece. It all just folds down nicely, very easily, and then you just stand him up. Like so. So now that we've got Ronin inside the mech, let's talk about some of its features. As usual, it has posable legs. The feet are on ball joints, and they're quite large, so you can pose this in quite a few ways without it falling over. There are also some more snap joints here to move the legs around and move them up and down. There is a skateboard on the side of the leg. The other leg on the other side has the blunderbuss. This one is a skateboard. You can take it off, put Ronin on it or any other minifigure, and then use it to escape. On the skateboard itself, it has a sticker. That's it for the bottom half of the mech. Let's tackle the top half. The top of the mech can rotate around, so you can put it in all sorts of fighting positions. Of course, there is a limit to how far it can move. I think the swords get in the way and also part of the back piece of the mech. On its right arm, it has a crossbow with a black spring shooter that just fires up like so and slots in quite nicely. The fingers are also posable, but if you pose them while the bow's in there, it falls out. This just slots in, it just slots in here, and to keep it in place you've got to clamp the fingers down. Here's a closer look at the bow. It's just on one of these, and it just slots in to that grey brick. Makes it very easy to put in and remove. Both arms can also be articulated around. They're also on a ball joint, and this can move inwards and outwards, but the elbow joints cannot rotate, and it's the same for the other side as well. For the left arm, and also for some of the left side actually, it's mostly orange, so it's got a matching colour scheme down one side. And you can see there's a sticker on top of there. This particular arm has 2 stud shooters that you can fire. Currently it has a net attached to it, so you can just fire the net and it works pretty well. It's got this piece which is used to attach to the shooters, and it also acts as a weight, so you can trap any enemies down below, like so. And, well, if his blade wasn't in the way, we might have got him. But yeah, I like this feature, it works quite well. The reason why there's 2 stud shooters is you get some spare grey studs, and you can just put those in instead and just fire those as regular ammo instead of the net. But I prefer the net. Back at the top of the mech we have this, which to me looks like some sort of rocket launcher or some other type of weapon. But there's also a storage compartment in the top. It says in the product description that Ronin stores treasures in there, which is why there is a gold crystal in here. He's just storing that in there. I've also put 2 grey studs in there. It doesn't tell you to do that, but I put them in there for the gun, just in case I want to switch it out. The storage compartment slash rocket launcher thing can also be moved around. It's on a ball joint, and it has a lot of articulation actually. You can point it in pretty much any direction you want, so that's neat. And now for the back of the mech. As you can see, there are the 2 swords that we put there for storage. The back has 2 rocket boosters, which could suggest that this mech might be able to fly, maybe? The first one is for the escape flyer. We'll show that now, but there's another one below, so I assume that's what that's for. You can take the crossbow, or not crossbow, the bow piece, and you can actually slot it on the top of the flyer, and then you just pull it to lift it off, and away it goes. Here's a closer look at the flyer itself. The swords sort of act as wings. You can close them if you want, but you can keep them open as well. It's sort of up to you how you want it to be. and you can put one minifigure on there. There is a control panel on the front. I think that's a printed brick actually, probably one of the only printed bricks. And the rest are stickers. There's a sticker on the front, and it has two blaster cannons on the front, I believe, using the golden lightsaber pieces, and of course the engine piece at the back. So yeah, this flyer is really nice actually, and it quite easily sticks back on the mech once you're done. And here's a look at the back once again without the flyer. We can just very easily slot this back in though, and then take the bow piece off, and there we go. The mech's back to normal. And here's a look at the mech from the top. This is where you put the bow piece, just slotted in there. It has one of those bricks with a cross in it to allow you to put the technique piece in it. Other stickers included in the set include the number on the leg, and then also this orange sticker which has I love Ninjago on it, which is quite funny, and also a no entry sign for ninjas. There's a sticker on the knee joint here, there's one on the other side as well which is exactly the same. There's also this sticker on the front which looks like some sort of extendable rope that will probably be seen in use in the TV series. There's also these two caution tape stickers on the side which have some scratches on them, which is really cool actually. Oh, and the front cockpit dome isn't actually a sticker, it's a printed piece as well, so I guess that makes two printed pieces. And on these two side parts there are stickers on the inside for Ronin to control the mech. I'm actually quite pleased with how LEGO has handled these Ninjago vehicles. Each one of them seems to have some sort of control consoles. Quite a lot of vehicles that LEGO has made in the past don't have any clear indication of how you control them. Some of them don't even have anything at all, it's just the front windshield and that's it, not even a steering wheel or those movable sticks. So yeah, I like that. And here's another look at the front without Ronin inside. And I believe that's it for the features. So, in conclusion for this review, I really like the selection of minifigures. It's nice to see the Skullkin back again. The spare parts for the arms are very much appreciated, because the figures that I had in the past animating with those Skullkin figures, usually the arms break very easily, so it's nice to have some replacements. Ronin's really cool, I like his new outfit. I especially like that they included his hair this time, it'd be great for animation reasons. The Salvage Mech is really cool, a lot of good play features, it can stand up quite well. It has a lot of escape features as well, with the skateboard and then the flyer, so that's probably going to get a lot of use in the TV series, most likely. I like the shoulder-mounted storage container gun rocket launcher thing, and the net stud shooter is also really good. The stickers add a lot of detail, so I'm happy that they're there. Not really any complaints in that area. The Skullkin mech is cool, it's a bit difficult to pose. I kind of wish they made the legs, or the feet, a bit wider, so that it can stand up a bit better, but I guess that's the only complaint I have. I also like how the mech itself, the front of it, reminds me of the kendo helmets the ninjas had in the Serpentine series. I guess it could also look like some sort of diver's suit as well, so I really like the mech, it's really cool. So that concludes my review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.